Boy, guys, I don't know how to be frustrated. That was pretty frustrating. I don't know about you guys, but it really burns my bonnet. I don't know what to say. I just don't know something scathing enough to say that when you do the phone, how it hops around and jumps around, and 1 minute you're doing one, oh wow, oh no, it's still recording. I'm just telling you. I actually was talking to someone who was telling me that a lot of this is done on purpose. I certainly don't like the way that they do the micro writing on CNN and whatnot. That's meant to intentionally make older people feel that. And they're actually doing assisted suicide as a business now. I was going to tell you how I had surveyed this. I pork chops back on my stuffing, and all the moisture is, going in. And then I drain the can of corn, and then I pour the corn over it. Some of it escaped. Oh, the prisoner escaped. I hope that I'm actually getting it. Now, at this point, I really don't like corn overcooked. I don't like any kind of canned vegetable overcooked if you have to have canned vegetables. And so, see, the heat's still on. I'll leave it on for like a minute. Then I turn it off. And then it'll start up really, really nice. I already showed in the last video how to put down. Sorry, so regular with them. I literally haven't slept in like 2 or 3 nights. But that's because I've been working. I get really excited about my writing, and I don't know, just it's been a lot of fun. Of course, the energy drinks don't hurt. Good old rock star, my honey bunny, my favorite person in the world, turned me on to these. And, actually, Mr. Black made me have some. I was his caregiver. And he got a brother this Christmas gift, and he's good at peer pressure. He's like, try it. I'm like, I was actually like one of those little Hoobidubas, 8-hour energy drink or whatever. And he said, just have a little. And it was pretty nice. It was the silver one, and I didn't feel amped and all that. Now, if I see him drink now, it's a lot to do with, I got my friend out in a vehicle, and he's all comfy cozy, he's watching his movies, and I'm taking this to him, but it's too cold. And so I'm going to have to get him somewhere safe soon. It would be much simpler if I had my place, or if I had a place to go to and then put him, because I can always temporarily put him with his friend Neil, or, he has friends that would be willing to take him in for a minute, but, it's certainly can't become a habit kind of thing. And we need to get him once and for all independent, because this poor guy has gone from place to place. Now we turn it off, and the residual heat is going to make sure it's utterly warmed through. Both of the other items were warmed through. What we were basically doing was getting the corn warmed up. One thing I do not like is mushy veggies. Again, like I said, please look into container gardening. I will be doing so and demonstrating the easiest ways. It's so funny because people are saying, whatever, but I'm just lazy. So I like to have the most efficient ways of getting things done. And I don't like wasting my money. Some just are mad at this because it's so stereotypical, but both my parents were Jewish. I'm not about wasting my money. I'm about making somebody proud and how much I can increase. Meanwhile, we also have Roman rising. We also have Double Scoop Diva. That's about J.P.O. and all the science, sorcery, and some things are sinister that go on there. Yeah, and we're going to cover that another time. This is going to be a short one. Maybe because I'm sitting here joking. And so, please drop by facebook.com/NASF if you need some help with narcissistic abuse. But my regular page where you should have found this clip, I have everything from cartoons, rolling, animations, to, of course, little comics. But it's just a really fun time. if you were on my page alone every day, you should get plenty of content. I have a lot of friends in third world countries, and they can't just hop around on pages because whatever, something to do with the internet congestion and rarity. I've noticed myself that when I go from one thing to another, say YouTube to Facebook, you can get knocked off. And that's usually during times of high congestion. So if you can stay on one page, it tends to be a similar ride. But I am open to answer everyone. We're also doing mini farm families and rose gardening. So, and there's a lot, I'm going to be going ahead and putting it forth to you. I wrote Heartbreak from a Predator, and I'm working on a homeless survival guide. Guess how I found out about that. So, you'll be getting all the little dirty details, and you'll be having a good time, or at least I hope you will. Granted, some of it sounds horrific, but I'm hoping that as you see me go through this, that you'll see that anybody can be happy. You just have to work towards the effort. If you're sit around whining, no, you're not going to do very well. But this room that I'm in, this is a YWCA shelter, and there's no rules against making it homey for the time that you're here. And I think that's that's the very first thing I do. Most times when I move into a house, and the very first night, I like to have the house basically settled because home is where the heart is. And so listen, everybody, I'm your home, and this is my home, but there's a lot going on right now, and it may be a while before we can, because I really don't know what's going on. I will tell you there's more about that, but the fact is that I need to stay high vibration right now. I can't really afford to change my frequency because I'm in a manifestation period. I've got to find a place to live and have a good roof. Utah gets terribly cold. Like I said, I have the resources, but the spot is a whole other thing. Plus, I've got an identity theft thing going. I just got my phone back because I couldn't have a phone for like a month because some idiot had stolen my name. Today, I found out that I had WhatsApp on my Facebook, and somebody's been all through, so to change those passwords. I've just been hacked and hacked and hacked and hacked. I had a pretty good idea who was doing it, but you know what? The karma credit plan always comes to call. So that's the thing. Once you learn celestial mechanics, it's not really easy to negotiate things. I think that credit comes a lot from fear, and fear has a lot to do with your no. So if you know what's going on, it's a lot easier to do. I'm spending a lot of energy. I'll tell you so much more detail later. But the fact of the matter is that when you're feeling I just know this is weeks. I'm usually very chipper. And I did sleep extra late today. Well, it's Sunday, and it's a day of rest. And so, yeah, when you're feeling that way, keep in mind that it could be a witch. It's like this in Utah, which is a very churchy place, but as the yin would have it, some of the worst people you're going to meet are here. I'm from LA, and I'm astounded at the evil I've seen here. And the sense of entitlement. You've got a lot of these little spoiled princesses that their mothers and fathers just put so much into them. Mommy did all the work, so the daughter doesn't know how to lift a finger. And daddy got her everything, so she's just an absolute expletive to deal with. I feel so sorry for the husbands because they expect to have the whole house they grew up in a week after they get married. And they don't realize it took their parents 20, 30 years to put things together to where when they left, And so I know people who've had kids that were married for 10 years before they had kids. And so I just think it's kind of sad. I have cover requests for subject matter. And so do put in the comments section if you'd like anything you'd like me to cover because Mama likes to teach on almost anything, and if I don't know it, I will certainly study it and pass along information. But for now, I'd like you guys to really focus on home. Take care of your home. That's the only place that you know you're going to be. And between thrift stores, garage sales, I don't even get both listed. You know, I would grab me a table and paint that. I actually raised my girls and my son part time on the swap meet. You know what I mean? And it would be things like thrift store and stuff, and you get it, maybe like, you know, maybe paint or whatever. And I do like to put my own personal touch on things. That's just who I am. Because see, I come this way, but I do end up personalizing things, and so I dare to say that this is not mine and it's yours. And so, whoops, and so I think this is one that needed coming in, isn't it? Yeah, she's alright. Meanwhile, I'm not so crazy about that for a minute. Okay, now turn this off. Oh, it is off. Now I'll unplug it. I do tend to like to keep this kind of thing unplugged because in moving things around, you can actually end up upsetting things. And I always know I'm reiterating, you know, nerves were so repetitive. And it really wears down the side because you can really trip on it and the kids can, and it's just not great. This is fun. It's from Tupperware. You look off the top, we have 4 big giant ice balls. And I usually put one in each glass. We have Dr. Pepper with our Dr. K. It's the generic form. There we are. I've been letting it melt for a few minutes before I open it. Aren't they lovely? So here, I'll show you how they look. When they're done, whoa! Those two are, I almost made the funniest joke. You know what I'm saying? And so, it looks like I've got a little bit of straw over here. There you go. That's my favorite sponges. These are the very best sponges. I do not want people to waste their time on other things. I will tell you what makes life easy, okay? These little buddies are just the bomb for anything. Scrub on one side, sponge on the other. So I'm going to start with a dish rag, and I said, you plan on getting done next year. The other thing, those Mr. Clean erasers, they're called Melamine. You can order those at like $100. I think I got 200 for $13. And I don't really look into that because what they're charging at the store is a young fortune. Do be careful though. They're very effective, but for a reason. They actually are very fine, like the finest grade of sandpaper. So if you are too hard, you can run right through that paint. You know, you want to be really careful with your surfaces. And I always like to put a little light while it's your oil coat and after I scrub, and it really does keep the surface preserved. Meanwhile, I'm going to get back to this. Thanks for dropping by. I'm going to go ahead and put up these little videos as I can. I hope you enjoy them. And if you don't, you can always scroll past. But you can always kick it here. See you next time.